do 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 do. Today we're programming more, but I have something to show you all. It's pretty cool. It's called the C minus minus. I only found it on Wikipedia. C minus minus is better C. What the hell? Specification lists a few implementations. Now where do I find C minus minus? The least portable program ever? What the hell?
Hello and welcome to C Weekly. I'm your host Jason Turner, available for code reviews and
C++ Weekly. C minus Weekly. Bro, I'm subscribing right now. Gesture to for this man, for this person. Programs. Oh. Of course, the stream wants to always select the same thumbnail right now. I need to open up Kate. Because I just realized a while ago I set the thumbnail, and now every stream is using that. We're gonna get into this in a bit. For this person, I will do the Daily Jester soon. Do 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 do. Control V. Oh, I gotta paste this somewhere. When he gets an AMD, he will become an Arch user, Archmaxer. Just doing something real quick. Replace. Stream settings. Do 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 do. Bruh, it says WebP, not image. Okay. X term. Alright, here's your Daily Jester. We already read that one. No, we don't need to sudo that one. MV. This is a trick, bro. Whenever it says not a file, not an image, you just gotta do mv image webp to mv or to image .png. It's a trick. Now it's a PNG image and not a web piss. Beautiful. See, I hate web piss, bro. Those fucking web piss images are fucking annoying. Annoyance maxing. That's what they are. Alright. For this C++ guy, I've done your Daily Jester, so...
In this episode, I want to talk about what is probably the least portable programming language ever created.
What do you mean it's C minus minus? Bro, we all know the worst, least portable programming language is C++. Arguably. Because, here, let me give an example. C++ long law. History of long. Well, what about C++ portability? You know what I mean? It's fucking not gonna be the same for Windows, for Linux. It's gonna have to have like so much different bullshit. You get more portability out of something like Python or something, or Java. Look, C++ is terrible, okay. C++ garbage. That guy's wrong. I'm not sure why he's saying C so unportable.
Can talk about languages.
No, bro. 15-minute stream and he just probably spends the whole thing right there. Wait, where do I go to get on c-minus.com?
C-like programming language.
So I'm already at the Wikipedia page. Let's scroll to the bottom. I bet it's got sources to it. Whoa. Damn, bro. C language reference manual. C downloads. I like how he's like ragging on this language C when he's like, bro, C is better. Ocaml error, Ocamlberg. Huh. Necula, what a funny name. The reference implementation. Archive of old official website. All that remains is an archive of C Wowie. Suppose you are writing a compiler. How will you get quality machine code? You might write your own code generator, but that's a lot of work. You might use somebody else's VPO, MLRISC, or GCC backend, but each of these impressive systems has rich, complex, and ill-documented interface. Not wrong about that last part, honestly. And furthermore, to use MLRISC, you must write your own front end in ML. To use GCC, you must write it in C and so on. You might generate C if you can live out multiple results in registers. Proper tail calls, computed gotos, accurate garbage collection, and efficient expressions. What distinguishes C Machine level type system? includes an interpreter and native code compiler. Wowie. There's also that other one. This appears to be the remains of C++. Text? The fuck is text language? It's like Modula 3 27 years ago. Holy shit. Too bad. It's a shame people don't use C++. Anyway. Dealing for you guys. Where are we at? How many lines of code? 162 right now. The more lines of code we write, the better it must be, according to Linux. And so I'm writing 1,000 bajillion lines of code to make my program great again. Where's bytepack.d? Oh. Vocab. Check this out. I added 2 new indexes to the vectors. Let's go ahead and see what happens if I throw in, like, the entirety of void main. Yes. Ooh. Index 0 is out of bounds for an array length of 0. Explodey. What about just a case? Example of case. Index 0 is out of bounds for a array length of 0. This is a new line. Okay, so does it work? You know what it is that there's spaces. Tab. Space, space. Trained off button jamming. Works with single words, but not with full ones. .152. That's very descriptive. It says 152 is where the issue occurs. 152 is the end of a scope. Index 0 is out of bounds for array length of 0. How is that occurring? Many words in one sentence cause it to break. How many words to break. Ah. That's it. Then that just means that it will break whenever you do multiple spaces. There we go. We'll use words.writeLN. Okay. Yep. Throws a space in there. So if however, it's at 152. Where do we reference words before 152? Only 3 references to it. Okay, so then how do we prevent it from... We'll just add a simple cleaning function. So for each word of words, if, because we can access the .length property, technically you could do, oh, it would need to be I. Let's see. Words.remove. Delang. Function remove. See what this guy did. Standard algorithm. There we go. Probably this one. I was assuming mutation because it's mutating the array. A.remove. It says import standard algorithm mutation. Not sure why. I'm not sure if this is broken or what. Kind of confused because last time it was broken. Just want to make sure it's not. Oh god. Archo mode. So we can do .remove, but we need to import standard.algorithm. It's not mutation. Let me do that. All right. I forgot the semicolon. Semicolon, comma, 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 period. That's gonna be my rap song. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be on iTunes as world's best beats of all time. How is it called in the one thing? String A, remove 1. Ah. Ah. It's pretty obvious. So if it's that, then remove I. That's a pretty simple way of doing it. Yeah, live chat sometimes not updating. Yeah. YouTube on the broken bandwagon lately. What's up? I was gonna do like what's up or some shit. Hello, space world. Ah, I found another space. Wait a second, what? Made two duplicates of Word? What are you doing here, boss? Oh, I'm trying to remove blank indexes from this array. Obviously, there is something there. If Word... What will this do? That obviously worked. Space, world. See, that's what happens. Word.length less than 1. Oh shit. My brain cells lost. There we go. Now it just appends world twice. So we then need to remove, let's do words.writeln in there to figure out what it's actually doing behind the scenes. We're writing Grockenheimer right now, by the way. You know how Oppenheimer was super hype when it came out? Well, we're writing Grockenheimer. Whoa. That makes sense. Hello. replaces the index in the middle with world. At the end, we'll check if I guess words.length doesn't change. We could either do two things. A, we initialize a new variable, pass it off. B, we just... I think we can do that. I think that's optimal. Change. So we'll just initialize a new variable to do this. The other option was that I was thinking we just do eval every time. The only difference is whether you're using the memory or the actual eval for CPU usage, but I don't really think it really does too much. It really doesn't make much of a difference anyway. And also, lines of code would be less if I did it the other way, where I'd do eval, but I don't want it to evaluate that every single time. So what I was going to do was evaluate if I equals the length of words, and then reduce words.length. Oh, I'm programming Super Grockenheimer. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the future of AI. See, everybody's like, yeah, I'll write AI with Python and slop. And then me, I'm here writing AI with dlang, so it will run super locally. Eventually, I'll make it even multi-threaded, but this is not. I'm not really ready to do that yet. Because doing all that threading stuff, and everything is updating different things at the same time, and it gets pretty confusing when two different threads try to do the same thing at once or some shit like that. So Fish AI 1 was my first original program. And kind of did stuff. Kind of worked. Didn't really get very far on it because it hurt my brain cells, and then I did a triple for each loop. And then I also had Fish AI 1. And I was using classes back then. This time, I'm just avoiding all that stuff to kind of get a reference of what I want to do. So it's kind of a better way of doing it to write my own super AI. And we'll call it either Grockenheimer or name pending. Potentially something with Zuckerberg involved. Cool, keep it up. Thank you. It also took all of the indexes. Wait, it didn't exit when it... Okay, that makes sense though. But yeah, it doubled up on these. That's because dot remove shifted word. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so that means that if... Actually, better yet... Oh, okay, so we could just plus... Yeah, I got an idea. Okay, so inside this if statement, we're going to just plus the change. Plus change. I want plus C next. Or minus C. Or Java plus. So once it exits the loop and goes into my scope, I can then take if it changed. Also, I got another idea which we'll implement as well to prevent it from ever entering this unless it needs to, which we can use in any. I don't know if I have any, but it should be, there should be an option from like, or a function from like range or something we could import to use, because it can find an instance of any occurrence of a specific string. Wait, what's D-lang? It's D-lang. They have a website. Here, let me go over to Todd Howard tab. Boom. There you go. Also, there's more information about I'd probably go to feature overview. Here's the features. Lots of things. What's up? Welcome. There's other stuff too with D-lang. Well, D-lang also can be formatted as better C. You just extern to C as well. It's like, so if you didn't want the garbage collector, you didn't want any of that stuff, you could technically just write D-lang as better C. You just have to have a compiler flag and extern C. As well. Just because some people don't want the garbage collector and stuff. So, D-lang isn't bad. D-lang is actually really good. And it's really easy. It's like almost as easy as Fortran. Which is kind of easy to me starting out. But I've barely touched Fortran. In like an hour, we'll do Fortran. Because I have to learn Fortran for fun. That's what my brain told me to do, so I'll do that now. In like an hour. Where was I? So we need to change words dot length minus equals change. I'm a computer science student learning DSA and C. What's DSA? I don't really know much about C. I've looked at some C programs, but I haven't really touched them too much. I've also written some better C compatible code, but it's been a while. Which kind of looks like C because you don't even import any of the standard D libraries and stuff. Like if I didn't use any of the, well, also you can still use classes in better C. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if you have to import something for those though. Might have to. I do like C though. I was gonna try C and I was like, data structures and algorithms, elite code stuff. Yeah, lately I've been working with more advanced stuff, honestly, like for what I've been using. Like, array. I didn't use that until like a week ago. That was my first time using array. Or like 2 weeks ago, probably. And then like just Saturday or Sunday, I came up with associative array of array. Which I've been thinking about increasing that to associative array of array. Which would be even better. Where's associative array? Right up here. I gotta piss. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, hopefully. What? I'm returned. Alright. But like, what is data structures? Is it like basically just array stuff? Or what exactly is that? Like, it could be like file stuff. Like super low level of file stuff. That'd be crazy. Custom file header. Call it the fish file extension. .fsh. Oh, I should revisit that project where I was going to make my own custom file format, which was going to be like JSON or whatever. Let's see. So I have that written. What was I doing? This one. So I need to recompile. But I was thinking implement checking. So I need to recall or learn delaying what are we looking for? Any standard.algorithm.searching. Okay, so we want this. Pretty sure it can be called using function or array.any. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll use that format. And it's standard.algorithm.searching. Any. Trying to find where I was at. There's fun because I wrote my code super stupidly. I might even get to eventually I might even implement the problem with programming in this era is that it's so hard to not use AI, like inevitable. Any advice in this matter? Bro, when you're starting out, like, I'm gonna be honest, I started out and I kind of had to use AI to get going, but like once you get going, then you're able to like be like, ah yes, I can just reference the documentation. I can like look at this. That was like months ago. I didn't really know much about programming. Now I can go read like any documentation and my mind's like wired to think about how I'm supposed to do it. Now, following AI, like just exclusively using that and solely using that, that's bad, but like it's a great tool. It's like a search engine. Like if you didn't have access to a web browser, for example, what would you do? I feel like that's I think it's something that people should be more open to, but they shouldn't be so open to like just letting the AI run and do it for them. It's a research tool. It shouldn't be anything more than that. If words.any, I think this is how you would do it. But that's just what I think, because I had to... It's sometimes useful for, like, diving into something. No property any for words of type string. How would you call this, then? So let's see. Any is... Wait. So you gotta have it with all? None of the elements satisfy the predicate. This is sometimes called exists in other languages. She call that any, then array. Let's see if we could just call it using that. Let's see then. They're calling it using that. So any of those. But then D-lang use any. Oh, 3 weeks ago, somebody updated that. Lenovo? What are they saying about it? Lenovo uses D-Lang? Bro, that computer... That's a notebook? What the fuck? Bro, I wish they made them as big as they used to, bro. Like the thick computer. I like my laptops to be dummy thick, if you know what I mean. Bro, I wish people still use C++. I can't believe it died. Where were you when Club C++ was killed? Yes. If any words, and then that. Does that work? That's how it works? But that will cause it to work. Range. Backporting. I'd be backporting random mods. What mods are you backporting? Or the ThinkPad, but the older ones are best, not gonna lie. Yeah. Bro, I like old 2000s computers. I'm like, this is peak. Old 2000s computers, servers, and all that shit. I sometimes do videos about hardware stuff, like on the weekends, but I don't really got anything coming up anytime soon for that kind of stuff. I might do some GNOME stuff this weekend, where I'm going to try GNOME out on Odroid M1S, but we've done the Odroid M1S 1,000 times. And to be honest, probably not going to be doing too much of the tech stuff, like with hardware side, for like the next couple months. Which probably will, for like the next year, because I got stuff coming up that's important, so I won't be able to do it as much. I don't know how to use any. Let's see if standard searching has what we're looking for. Honestly, I'm gonna just move this over to here. Oh, whoa. That's the wrong tab. Oops. Lenovo Pro for business. No! Only if I could have it come pre-installed with Arch. Zero energy transfer. Zero means no energy transfer, like, bro, what? You're using Claude, but it's okay. Fortran, bro. My two favorite languages. D-Lang, Fortran. Oh, hey. Just because you haven't seen it yet, you might need to go to Cat V, harmful stuff. Java is right once, run away. I had a problem, so I thought to use Java. Now I have a problem factory. C, Go, Limbo, Scheme, Smalltalk, Erlang, Chewing Finely Crushed Glass, anything other than C++ or C#. If you think programming in Java is a good idea, then please stop programming. Groovy, this file says it all. How to be good at programming? Just do it. Nike. I'm just saying. All you gotta do is program, read programming, wake up and say, I want to program until I have to go do thing. And then do that every day. Spend all your free time programming, like me. And then you'll be like, damn, I'm a programmer. Well, 90%. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I gotta do dlang standard.algorithm searching. You just gotta live programming. You gotta turn into Archlord. You gotta turn into that guy. You gotta program that much. Arch maxing at that point. Do most myself, only repetitive and mundane things like doing 700 different config file values and then initializing them. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Boyer-Moore algorithm. What is Boyer-Moore? Sounds old and like we need to reinvent the wheel. Extrema. Wowie. Count until. Can find. Oh. Can find. Right. I just need can find. Array.confined any instance of the other one. Terry Davis be king for real? Oh yeah, I love Terry Davis, bro. He's awesome. CA comes before CO UNT, so. But, the length also matters. Like, this one's longer than the other one. That kind of bothers me slightly. I would say that longer things should go after shorter ones, but this one starts with CA, and that one starts with CO, and if... That's just how it should be. By the way, dlang makes it really easy to interface with C. It's pretty good. Like, if there's a language that can augment your skills for, like, C stuff, definitely D. D is worth checking out. But that's, like, most programming languages, honestly. I think Python could even... Python definitely can interface with C. What am I saying? Anything that can have a C ABI can interface with C, probably. Algol 68 algorithm language. BCPL. What am I doing? Did I put can find in there? Words. Words.confined. And then any instance of space. If confined space, do that shit. Nice. Now it works. I love having to make my own NEI integration. It's gonna throw an exception. Yep. Why? Chord on exception. Index 0 is out of bounds for array length of 0. Didn't even make it into the array? Because it's plussing change here. And when it exits that, it gets to 162. So, well, actually, no. If word.length less than 1, words.remove. But it didn't even do words.write.ln. Maybe it can't find that because it couldn't find... It's not car. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it needs that. I think that's what it actually puts in there. Move words.write.ln to here. And I'll figure out what's going on there. Bro, I think the universal function calling syntax is really useful. And even though it's really useful, you see you got dot length, right? That's a property of words. Java makes me want to shoot my feet off. Congratulations. This quote is now going into the files, bro. This is good stuff. We're cooking today. The Jester files, bro. I have 50 tabs open. I have 50 tabs open, but you don't know where they're at. They're hidden. Jester 2. By the way, you can get Jester 2 on my Codeberg. I'll show you guys my Codeberg account. I updated it a bit. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to Java. My own quotes don't go in there because they're not funny to me. So, data, Java. God damn, that's the most complicated name of all time. Waffler. Was Waffler. I don't know. WXFFLXR. Your quote is now line 48 in Java for Jester 2. I'll be updating Jester 2 next week. So now, hopefully we'll get that someday. Just pops up in my daily Jester. Here, let me go ahead and do a daily Jester. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Fast fetch. Being really good at C++ is like being really good at using rocks to sharpen sticks. Alright, so I need to cmd : exit Oh, I'm dumb. Amogus. CMD colon exit dash purge. CMD colon vocab. There's no vocab. Hello, space world. Cat. CMD colon vocab. Only counted them once. So, why is it doing words dot length? Oh, I didn't DMD. CMD colon exit. CMD colon purge. Java feels like you're trying to break a brick wall with your skull. Yeah. Yeah, what's it called? C++ is like trying to crack a brick like it's an eggshell. I wonder if I can ask AI what its opinion is of Java. Where do I go for Leo tools? Right here? What is your opinion of Java? As an AI, I don't have personal opinions or feelings, but I can tell you that Java is one of the most widely regarded as one of the most influential and enduring programming languages in history. Java's dead. I'm sorry, but as a human, Java is dead. That's a strong take, and you're definitely not alone in feeling that way. Thank you so much. No, you're wrong. Java is definitely dead. Thanks. I use D-Lang, by the way. Wonder if it will argue with me. No need to... Bro, when was I apologizing? I just said, no, you're wrong. No need to apologize. Bro, that's not apologizing. That's me being an asshole, bro. Anyway, D does not have anything to... Well, I mean, I guess kind of could have been... They probably looked at Java at some point in development. Half-life. That's what it should look like. The vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaner. Nice. Do 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 do. Removes. The reason I start with the check, by the way, is because checking is like the AI is a professional gaslighter. Bro, I'm saying. Quen235B be cooking me all day. Here, I have to move this down for ArchChan. We need maximum ArchChan before we go to Fortran. Our ArchChan, bro. What the helly? Why all this space here? See, you know, people say I'm gonna write 5 bajillion lines of code because it makes the Linux kernel amazing. And me personally, I say The more lines of code you write, the better your program is. So I agree with that statement. Wholly. DMD byte pack /byte pack. Hello. Actually, let's try it again with shove-dicating the entirety of void main in there. Let's see if it can be trained off of void main yet. The best error message yet? Yeah, truly. Why? Pseudo why? Question mark, comma, colon. Hello world. Uh-huh. What did it take that time? So if it has an index of let's see. What is space by the way? CMD : vocab? What does it make? It doesn't have any vocab. Space got removed. Java either has the most helpful errors or it's literally just this is wrong. I'm not gonna tell you how to fix it though. Yeah. That's how I felt with like some of the other links I tried. Like I think Odin was Odin's kind of helpful, bro. Most of the ones I've tried are good, but like there was like some that were like, or maybe some tools I use. Something didn't tell me much. Oh, it was GL. It was fucking GL. It had to be. That was what it was. Yes, OpenGL. I hate it so much because it always tells me, actually, you can't make a triangle from these indexes. I'm like, bro. OpenGL bad. C has the worst error messages I have ever used. Constant disappointment when using that link. What do you mean? You just gotta get good at reading them. Like, this one, for example, it's a memory address, some kind of pointer to something. It's a function, actually, because it starts with 5. Or maybe not. Index 0 is out of bounds for an array length of 0. Wowie. Wowatooey. Index 0 out of bounds for array length of 0. Oh, right. I gotta do... Alright, so we're gonna do .writeLn. Bing, beep, beep, beep. Whoa, I'm inside the code, the Jobito code. 4 indexes of space. Let's see, words.writeLn. It should print 4 different ones. Let me show you all something I haven't used yet. There's RDMD. Only wrote it once. But it made it to the words right, Ellen. Wait. Why is it only writing once? Why would I iterate through the loop when I could just do words.remove all occurrences of space? Ah. And I could probably skip eval that way. Reduce lines of code significantly. Remove the ulong initialization. Delang all. Although we still need to do the dot remove thing. Might complicate it to do that. Because we need to reduce it by the amount of instances we're removing. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and do... We'll leave it as is. We're going to just add to change. And then we'll just subtract it at the end. We're still going to do it this way. I'm not going to change it too much. Let's see. Why doesn't it do words that... I think because we're using RBMD. Only does it once? Like, what the hell? Why don't we just compare it to equals that? Word equals that. What? Words that can find. But that is like right here. So, like, what? I'm sorry, but why does it only go once? Oh wait, that's because it's not in the for each. It's probably easier to check if a word is less than length property. Since that will probably be the most performant. Okay, that one works. Index 0 is out of bounds for array length of 0. I think the way it's doing it is it's shifting the array by a slice to the other direction. Or, oh wait, actually, hold on. It puts them at the front. Could you put them at the back and then just shorten the array to how many that you just put at the back? That would be way simpler. Instead of putting them at the front and then shifting everything over each time. Yeah, I guess you could technically put them at the front, and then just take a slice of the last half. But here they're just shifting it over every time. This is like the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Huh. Index 0 is out of bounds for array length of 0. Because it left 3 in there. So that's kind of wrong. So maybe... No, why are we doing... I guess that would make sense. Word.length. Less than 1. Let's just go ahead and say... Let's try it this way again. Didn't even give that one a real try. Index 0 is out of bounds for array length of 0. Because this is an array length of 0, technically. Well, okay. Can find that. Then for each I of word, words.remove that index. Let's do write ln. Or words I dot write ln. So I DMD'd it? Yeah. What? Words of I dot write ln. Why? Wait, it's only doing it when it hits that? Oh, it only hits it 3 times, but then there's 7 indexes of it. Leaves the other 4. Is Arch worth it? Yeah. You wanna know why Arch is worth it? You wanna see why? You wanna believe why? Here, let me show you why. That's why Arch is worth it. So you can Arch max like that guy, bro. The sun. Arch Fusion. At Aperture Labs. Arch is so good. You know, another reason Arch is worth it? Because Gesture 2 was written on Arch. Why do C++ programmers prefer dark mode? Because light attracts bugs. Maggie nephew-SMA. Let's see if I can go to Todarchopolis. Actually. Oh, I just... Oops. Did I just make everything Todarch? NVIDIA Arch. Fast fetch. Something about a Rube Goldberg machine. Ooh. And then NV-top. Boom. NV-top. Everybody needs NV-top, bro. That's awesome, right? Arch maxing. Want to get hyperlinks? Why in the hell did Minecraft game rules cause case sensitive? Bro, it's because Notch didn't, well, Notch was a beginner, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. I think most game developers kind of don't even focus on writing, like, high-performant, like, code, but they don't really, well, not... That's wrong to say. No, high-performant code matters, but, like, correct code, I think they don't really care too much about. Like it's not like they're writing an OS where the code needs to be perfect. They just write the best code, and then when it doesn't work, then they're like, oh, shit. It broke on this 1% chance thing. Or in Skyrim's case, this 50% chance thing. If words of I... So the index word doesn't even matter. Oh, okay. So it does matter still. What is words here at this point in time? Alright, so the first thing, I never saw an arch rice so good. Bro, this is the ultimate arch rice of all time, I'm saying. So it found 4 indexes of spaces. Awesome sauce. Moves those to the front. Sort. So if we just sort all spaces to the front somehow, or move them all to the end, and then remove them all, then we just set the dot length. So move all spaces to the end. That's like the most complex thing of all. You would take a slice. That's why they take a slice and just shift it over every time. They're like, slice, shift, slice, shift. They probably take the first index that isn't those. So they put those to the front, though. And I don't know why it doesn't remove these ones. It certainly should remove those. Sarcastically, of course. Nah, man. Bro, this is the best arch rice of all time. I'm glad you appreciate it. Well, now, number one tip, do your config yourself. Ow, my eyeballs. Ooh. Eye pain right now. Do 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 do. Okay. So it got rid of 3. Oh nice, the crash log is just the same 2 functions for nearly 2,000 lines. Wow. Damn, dude. Java's known for making a simple program into huge exception traces. For now I'll mark this as to do. Fix space 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 space. Is this really vibe coding? What, this? What do you mean about vibe coding, bro? Love this language. At net.minecraft.inventory.container.slot. Bro, that's just because it's so object oriented. It's just like a chain of different inheritance or some shit. It's like net.minecraft.inventory.container.retry.slot_click. Like, oh my god, Java, please stop. Java makes it take hours to write programs instead of... No, Java makes it take days to write basic programs like Hello World. Does dlang not have is whitespace function? I'll look into it later, probably. Let me see, though. I wonder if they have that. That would have been nice to think of. I like that Lenovo is promoting delaying. The amount of boilerplate Java requires is insane. I don't like Java. I hate Java. Oh. Space tab, vertical tab, form feed, V tab. Yeah, but that's not the same. Oh wait, but that would be like... See, I don't know what it's doing though. It's like... I put 6 in, but it moves them to the front. I think we just need to replicate however the sorting happens and then do it that way. Like sort them to the end and then just remove them. Move every instance of those to the... Oh, well, I wonder what... I bet what it does is it builds an array of every index of this by appending them. And then at the end, it stops doing that and appends the original structure to the end. So what if instead we were to create an appender that builds a array that's reverse of this? I think I could do that. I'll put that in my notes. make appender that reverse and reverse sorts and then reduces length by change. That will be my later project. There's also one for Unicode. Yeah, because D-Lang uses UTF-8. That makes sense. But like for Unicode, I think there is Unicode support as well. I've never messed with Unicode stuff in D-Lang. Never really had to. Anyway, time for me to go learn some Fortran. We left off with like, what was it, like local F90? That's where we left off last episode. Let's get a Fortran refresher going. Fortran's awesome. I like Fortrans. Fortrans? Let's get a variable refresher since I want to refresh myself on variables. I haven't looked at this in 24 hours, so. Alright. Program variables. What do you think the best IDE for C++ on Arch Linux? Or just use Kate. I don't know. I don't do C++, I do D-Lang and Fortran. Kate's amazing though. Kate can do anything. Program variables. And then it ends on end program variables. So that's like, it kind of reminds me of Module F3, bro. You know Module F3? Module F3 is cool. Coolyamogus. Oh. Hey, you guys know about C++? I know I started off the stream talking about C++. It's like a joke, but it's not even. It's real. What's this? Sudo, what's this? I hear music. Never mind. I'm unsubscribing. Wait, what? Where's the unsubscribe? I thought it was a supercomputer. The C++ project is growing plants. No. Whatever isn't Chromium based. You don't really need an IDE, you can just use a clone of VS Code or with C++ expansions. I throw iPhone 17 or Red Magic 11s Pro or Samsung or Oppo Find or Google Pixel for only folding phone. Hello, I just found this channel. What is this all about? Programming. I like to program in D-Lang. I like to make jokes about programming. I like technology a lot. So I like to just look up technology shit sometimes. And then I'm just like tech YouTuber, bro. I'm like, does Kate have a compiler? No. I mean, I don't know. I've never really, wait. So like, you mean like VS Code has a compiler? Well, Kate does have a command line, so you can use a compiler with Kate. You just go to here and you click on terminal. I don't have console installed. That's the thing though, you need console for that. And I didn't install console, I have UXRVT. URXVT or whatever it is. C++, the best programming language on planet Earth. Module 3. Example. So Module 3 has that Fortran vibe, bro. Scroll down a bit. Obviously that's weird, but it has begin and end. Kind of similar, right? You see the similarity? You got program variables and end program variables. Well, Module 3 does it kind of the same. They have begin, where it's at the start, and then they have an end. Now that's way simpler than doing program variables and end program variables. So they end with the name of the namespace, which is weird though, because I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. You'd think it would go from, like, how does that declare what the name is? How does that work in a fucking context of the linker and everything? It's weird. But that's just interesting to me. I think module F3 is something you can still get into too. Oh, anyway, so what I looked at yesterday, we looked at using intrinsic to import this, the ISO Fortran environment, and then setting these, which is basically like this points to this, or like makes that, and then you can put it in here, and then boom, you got a float 32, right? And it's called lol. And that means every time you do float 32, you have to have underscore lol. You could technically do this as anything, like Jimmy, for example. Name it Jimmy. I only have Yazzie and Kakun running inside foot because I left Doom Emacs and on temporary visa. I like Type 2, I programmed using C before my computer broke. Also, I have a question. Did you take CS in college? No. I just learned D-Lang. So, like, I just started studying it one day because I was like, yeah, I want to learn to program. And then I was like, now I know how to program and write programs, so I just want to write better programs. And then I was like, oh, I want to make this cool thing. And then I didn't make the cool thing because it had OpenGL, and I was like, damn. Now I hate OpenGL. I'm the #1 OpenGL hater on planet Earth, by the way. But that's it's okay. So yeah, we got those. These basically say what the that there's a type and it's named amount, and then you have to assign those later. Although I did see in the module example, which this is a module example, pretty much the same as program. You just swap out program with module, and then you can import that inside of a block, and then keeps all of the information for that module local. If you import it inside main, it would just be main. So I want to get into more advanced stuff today, and the Fortran website has lots of information for us to learn. Of course, with learning any language like this, there's a lot to really get into. And I'm the #1 electron hater? Yeah. I'm the... Oh, by the way, this goes to... Actually... Yeah, no, this goes all the way to the NVIDIA side. NVIDIA tab. We're going to NVIDIA land today. Web tools. Variables. So now every time I go to here, every time I want to look at variables, I have to hopefully not buy a NVIDIA GPU from Jensen at NVIDIA Gate. Standard I/O expressions, floating point precision. This is what we covered yesterday. That's what I was talking about. So you said it with a suffix. This is the suffix. You could say the suffix is low like I showed, which I just kind of figured that out by like, oh, this kind of makes sense that it would be something that you're just setting it equal to that or pointing to this. Local scope variables with block construct. And then that's what we left off with at the end of last episode. So then we have arrays and strings. So array declaration. Honestly, I can't really spend that much time on this side of the desktop. This is actually hurting my eyeballs now. Oh my god. Send me back to NVIDIA tab. Not NVIDIA tab, ArchGen. Drop your specs or your hardware computer. Got you. Actually, everybody knows where it's at. It's on the Arch tab. There we go. That's the fast fetch. With the daily jester. Jensen inside Linux, it could give me shock for like a week inside Archland, but this is total massacre. Electron is OG slop before AI came out. What the fuck is that image Lamau? What, this one? The Archlord? The Creaton of Linus. The original image was made by a viewer, and then I was like, yeah, let's put Portal Arch guy in the background. In fact, I have the Aperture Labs Portal Arch guy. This is the original image of Portal Arch. Aperture Arch, I guess. I don't know. I just thought that shit was fucking hilarious, so why not augment this one with Portal Arch? Made using GNU software. GIMP. I feel like there should be a Terry Davis one. That's a good idea for like a stream this weekend. I think I'm just gonna do some more ricing or something because I don't really have anything planned. Live ricing sessions. Ah, yes. Those usually are super boring. In my opinion. That's why I don't rice much. Arrays and more often than not, we need to store and operate along long lists of numbers as opposed to just the single scalar values that we've been using so far in computer programming. Such lists are called arrays. Arrays are multi-dimensional variables that contain more than one value. Each array is accessed using more than one indices. Sound like bro code? Thank you. I don't know who bro code is, but that sounds awesome. But the day 2 behemoths, Linus and Jensen, if becomes best coffee mates, then every other brands will be cooked in next 5 years. What do you say? What if Linus Torvalds and Jensen team up? Yeah, I think we'd see like a giant leap in high performance computing. I think that's what we'll see. We'll see NVIDIA get into the top 9 of the Linus OS. Yeah. They need to make it for Linus Tech Tips though. He needs an OS. Because he's like an old guy trying to use a computer for the first time whenever he touches Linux. I'm gonna be honest, that guy. He's my arch nemesis at this time. My goal is to be the Linus Tech Tips for like people who want to actually build an open source data center. Just like me. That's the ultimate goal I have. Arrays in Fortran are 1 base by default. This means that the first element along any dimension is at index 1. Oh god! This is gonna be confusing. If the array starts at index 1, then that means every single counter should be initialized at 1, not 0. The one Jensen versus Linus Terminator wallpaper on the Discord, that's a good one too. Sounds like a good goal. Yeah, that's my ultimate goal. Build a open source data center. Will allow people to walk in and, I don't know, like a cyber cafe almost. They'll be, well, I hate that terminology. It's going to be an open source data center. Let people program on the computers as well. It'll be my ultimate dream. What is that website? Oh, Fortran. It's fortran-lane.org. I wonder if CERN... I know CERN uses Fortran, bro. CERN Fortran. See, I want to build a massive high-performance computer because CERN exists. It's my inspiration as well. CernLib in Fortran. Collection of Fortran 77 libraries and modules maintained as is by CERN. Its content ranges from more specialized data analysis of high energy physics to general purpose numerical analysis. Lower level parts of the library are most prominently used by the data analysis software PAW physics analysis of high energy physics to general purpose numerical stuff that would break my brain cells mega. There is no oh wait. The development and support for CernLib was discontinued in 2003. Libraries will be continued and to be provided as is forever, but with no new code. The thing is, when you right click, you like my UI when I right click my desktop. It's FVWM3, by the way. So that's FVWM3. So to declare an array, you would type integer, comma. So let's make a new one. Call it, we'll save it as arrays.f90. Is that Arch, by the way? Yeah. How could you tell? Where's... oh, right. I had to... programs Thunar. Pictures. It's in my AI slop folder. Oh, wait, it isn't. Shit. Damn. I thought it was in AI slop land, bro. The cursor? Yeah, it switches when I go into this one. That's sad. Everywhere else it's Arch cursor, but here it's not. I wonder if I saved it in Discord memes. Oh, that has to go in my images folder. I don't know. This one's good though. Linux creator apologizes for being a jerk. That's good. Good news. Let me see if I can find it. It was in art, wasn't it? Oh. Wait. Scrolling. There we go. That's what we're looking for. This is what you don't see is on this side. The I thought it was in my AI slop folder, but I guess not. This is the ultimate final deathmatch in 2048 after the Terminator movie. That's after OpenAI takes over planet Earth. Program arrays. End program arrays. We're gonna try to use modules and other things. So that way I can get practice in. Alright, there we go. This is the most simple Fortran program of all time. Print. There you go. That's a Fortran program. That's guaranteed to work. G Fortran. And then we need to do variables F90. Am I in cybersecurity? No. I wish. Honestly, if I could transfer over to a job, that'd be the next one I'm going to do. But I don't know if I'd be competent enough for it. Ah, we are not in variables. We are in arrays now. To dash O, arrays. So that's a basic hello world program. Let's try a module import and use block. What type of dev are you? Which field? I just do this for fun, man. This is what I do for fun. This is my hobby. Some people, they like video games. Some people, they like, I don't know. But for me, this is what I enjoy. I just like picked it up and I was like, yeah, this is what I enjoy. Module, hello. End module, hello. And I'm trying to see what I'm trying to do now is trying to build how would you call it? Like memory of how these are done. Ah, right. Character. You can't just have a character as, well, you could, but like, you need a character array. Really awesome hobby? Yeah. See, one of the things that probably confuses people is like why I do this for like so much time every morning, and it's just that I get up super early and I split my day into two halves where I have like the work half and then the the fun half. I call this the fun half. So you do block and end block. I want to be like one of you guys, but I don't know where to start. Just find a language that you can enjoy. Or some people like to try to go for a language that's like super popular or super new, but like really, or like trying to get into a job with it. But like, I don't think that's the right way to learn it. Just learn it because it's fun to you. You just gotta find one that's easy for you to get into. Like, find a website that's got good documentation. Like, honestly, right now, I'm just getting started with Fortran. So, like, you could probably learn by just even watching what I'm doing, or, like, going to Fortran and learning Fortran yourself, or, like, dealing was pretty easy for me to learn because dealing has a whole book where you can just start learning it. My friend likes C#, and he was able to get into that. He uses Windows, which, I don't know. Do you guys, or do you use Arch? Yes, I use Arch. I don't want to have to, I don't have to show you all, I don't have to show you all the Arch background, but I can show you my fast fetch and daily gesture. Here you go. Fast fetch and daily gesture. In fact, I think we need a new one. Gesture 2. C++. Let's go with Java. That's not intended. Every modern Java program I see embeds its logic in an exaggerated choose your own adventure model where your decisions of where to jump next occur in one word increments. Dash Dion. Thank you, Dion, for this great sentiments. What lang is this? Right now we're doing Fortran, but earlier we were doing D-lang. Fortran's pretty cool, isn't it? We need to have character. And then it wants... How would you declare an array then? I think we need to declare it as a character array, so that way it writes it out. So, an equivalent array declaration. I think this one's better, honestly. But is this one, like, more correct? I think there's correctness. My goal is to get into Linux, and I don't know what I'm doing. Like, installing it? Or, like, using it? Like, you just learn it by using it. Like, I learned how to use fdisk by using fdisk. I learned how to do all the stuff to do like install on ARM by just doing it. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of resources, like the Arch Wiki exists. Arch Wiki is where it's at. Also, Debian has a wiki as well. But Debian Wiki is like... It's like driving a rusty car. That's my opinion of Debian Wiki. So you can declare them like that. We're going to do character hello, and we're going to give it 10. Use basic to program. These mainstream programming languages nowadays do not have good syntax. Open source, yes boss. Apart from Linus Torvalds, I am 2, Richard Stallman, and Theo I don't know what that means, man. I'm lost in the sauce. So hello 10? Oh, wait, so this is a better declaration in my opinion. That's better, I like that. That's more like D-Lang. I use D-Lang as well, by the way. Fortran and D-Lang are my 2 favorite languages right now of all time. I did try VLang at one point, but I was like, yeah, VLang boring. Fortran is what the physicists use, so we gotta learn that shit. Plus, it's like the heritage for every imperative language ends up with Fortran. Fortran, you don't end shit with semicolons, by the way. That makes me happy. I don't have to end anything with a semicolon. Whoa. Indexes? Anyway, can you define an array as hello? So it has to be like hello equals... How did I do it before? Let's try hello equals that. I bet a string isn't a char array, though. Also, arrays are kind of not great all the time. You can do a lot more with just one variable. For each, well, some cases. My brain's shutting off right now. It's kind of about the sleepy mode. Use case thingus. Okay. Use hello. Then comma. I think it was a comma? Yeah, only colon hello. Practicing. Like, oh, I need to end it in a semicolon because D-Lang turned me into a semicolon kind of guy. Ah, right, I forgot one crucial step. Implicit none. Because it needs to be correct. I'm hoping that's a character array. Although it's not gonna be like D-Lang at all. That's gonna be the C style. And I don't remember how that works. Hopefully it just works. I mean... hopefully. And then we do print. I was about to put printf. Print hello. So it should import hello from the module hello. I'm hoping that works. If you want to challenge port KVM to PowerPoint/S. Bruh, that sounds like it would make my brain cells explode. Symbol hello at 1 cannot have a type. Hello away. Why did I say hello away? What was my brain doing? Also, so those are not character arrays, by the way. Those are just chars. Single characters. Single car. Fortran plus D-Lang plus Arch Linux is a true gigatad tech stack. D is so underrated for systems programming. Yeah. I would say D has great potential for systems programming if you just use the better C side. But at the same time, a lot of the stuff you get with D, you just have to throw it away with the system side. I don't think an OS with a garbage collector from D-Lang would be a good idea, but I was kind of trying to do that at one point when I was doing the OS videos where we were writing an OS. We didn't get very far on that. It's a job for some genius. Maybe I'll get back into that, like in 2 years when I'm like D Jesus. 10 years I'll be D God. 30 years of D-Lang, I'll be the D Master. If computing still exists within 10 years. I assume that Mark Bezos Musk of Metagrok web services would probably destroy computing by then. The unholy CEO child of all time. Where all CEOs meld together into one form. Has no implicit type. I'm sorry, my brain is shutting off. What? Sent a gift? Thank you. Sent Uncle Alert for 440 joules. Print hello. Hello. So maybe I declared hello wrong, but also setting hello to equal a single character. Probably not a great idea. Let's just say it's just, well, how do they declare arrays here? They say dimension 10 array. Array 2. Let's take, for example, hello. Let's just do a basic one. Character hello. Try to print out hello. Still no worko. What? My brain not working? Or actually, let me reference variables F90. Variables F90. So you have a character, colon, then you got the name of the character, initial. Initial equals A. I have hello equals hello world. Okay. And then when I go to print, let's check out this one then. Print hello. Maybe it needs to be defined as that inside of a module. Fish is constant coming soon. It's gonna be hello world. Fishenheimer's equation. Wait, maybe I'm missing a portion of use. Am I using correctly? Use hello. Module hello. Only hello. Oh. Hello W then. Actually, we'll put hello W. Have you really not watched the programming in PowerPoint video? It's funny to watch. I'll check it out. I haven't heard of that. It probably will take me a while, or I will forget to check it out, honestly. D-Lang's compile speeds make C++ Rust look like they're frozen. You using D at no GC mode or built-in garbage collector? I use the built-in garbage collector, although I've looked into using the at no GC mode. And all you'd have to do is import. I think you still have to import the garbage collect. You might be able to call the C functions for garbage collection though. Do you prefer D's instant compile and templates over Rust, borrow checker, or Zig? I've never programmed in Rust or Zig. I've seen Rust programs once. I used Cargo one time, and I don't know. It just felt like kind of like you write one line and then you just like, what the fuck? It just broke. D-Lang, you write like 10 lines, and then one line is like you miss a semicolon, and you're like, oh, okay, that's easy to fix. I've never used Zig. I can't really say anything about Zig. Instant compile and templates. Like, I like the compile speed, although like LDC is kind of slow, but that's because it has to go to the LLVM stuff first. Implicit none, implicit none. Block, use, case thingus. Comma, hello. Wait, why does it not look right? It does not look right to me. Implicit none. Maybe I should read what it's telling me. Symbol hello at 1 cannot have a type. I'm sorry, what? Character colon hello world. Oh. My brain cells did not miss that part. Okay, / erase to get us started. H. Alright, so I think we need to print 10. I'm not sure how you would print 10 characters. But my best bet was that it might be just an array thing. So if I had array hello W or hello world 10, hello world, let's see if we can get it to print hello world 10. So you would set the array equal to an array container. You don't even have to do the other thing afterwards. You could easily forget it to 10. Here's one of the things I like, is that like you put brackets 10 for like a static array, or just brackets for a dynamic array in D-Lang. So that's like some way you could memorize or remember that, oh, I'm working with a dynamic array, or oh, I'm working with a static one. Instead, in this case, you're going to have to scroll to where it's declared and go, is this static or dynamic? What am I working with? I don't even think there is dynamic arrays in Fortran. I think you just get static arrays. Wait, did it say that at the beginning? It said like 1 based by default. Is there static ones or dynamic ones? I got a feeling Fortran looks are deceiving. Potentially, I bet, set all elements to 0. Whoa, that's pretty fucking cool. Array in reverse, print the So if we just treat it as a gar array, could I basically say, hello world, please work. Use hello, cannot open module file. Hello mod for reading at 1. No such file or directory. It exists. What if I just put H, comma, E, comma, I don't know what those are, apostrophe? Unexpected module assignment. Let's see about the other syntax. It said you can do it in the other order, so you do comma dimension 10, which is probably like the original syntax from like the ancient time periods when when dinosaurs roamed the planet of Earth. Okay. I'm guessing... No. None of this. So how do you print a whole string then? What if I have, you know, my hello world, right? I want to print hello world. I got my character. This is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, how do I print hello world? Print car hello world Fortran. Character handling in Fortran. Whoa, I don't want an HTML download. Get that out of here. Bro, why is there no Stack Exchange for Fortran? Is it just like... MPI? That's part of the reason I'm learning this, by the way. AI, do you know how to do... Oh. Oh, fucking... This makes sense. 13. So if you just do it the other way, it only prints 1. That's going to exceed the array length. Use hello, it exists. Amazing. It's a Mogus Jimmy. G Fortran. Ah, right. I had to do it as hello world equals. This is because what it's doing is iterating through the indexes of hello world. Probably. I don't know. No. It's got to do with how assembly's written. So in assembly, do I still have my ASM examples? In NASM assembly, right? That's what we're going to look at. I don't know if I have any NASM assembly. I might have NASM assembly still. Well, I definitely have the thingus. Let's see. Is there an ASM folder anywhere? Haskell, Fortran, documentation. Oh, I was gonna learn Haskell, by the way, but I was like, yeah, no, that's not it, by the way. Thingus? Why do I always name things Thingus, bruh? Gotta stop program examples. I don't see any NASM in there. We were working with NASM at one point. Maybe it ended up in the other computer? No. Oh, it probably got wiped. That must have been when I was using my tower setup, bro. Documentation. But what you would do is you'd return like 40H at the, or like 4 hex or something at the end. It's like a Linux thing for the standard output, and that'd be like how it prints to standard out. And it's like you have a data type, you got a fucking loop that goes through and iterates through it. And then if the length is different, then your brain cells hurt, and then you have to be like, yeah, let's rewrite this code, this assembly, so that it works with the thing. It's got to do with the fact that they probably have it so that way it compiles to assembly, and then obviously does something. So they have it so it compiles to assembly, maybe, and then they have that kind of format for how to count 13 characters and print them. Well, they probably just have it statically defined so it doesn't just automatically figure it out for you. So you have to count the characters yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see. 11. If not, we could lowball and go for 10 to get it to work. Ugh. Jimothy Amogus. Print times 11. Print 11 times. What about that? You like that? Oh, it's freaking out now? Okay. What the hell? Let's just throw my code. No. Print. There we go. Because this is wrong. Specifies a list directed IO. Oh? Fortran 90 or later. Bro, it must have gave me that one other Fortran, bro. So this is from end to end. What did it say it was? It said it was like is being printed as standard output. Oh, okay. The older Fortran 77. So Fortran 77 had to do that? It's still broken. It's still broken. Print hello world. Hello world equals that. What if I gave it print hello world? Will you work now? No. Because that's not how that works. Damn, this is sad. I'm allergic to bullshit. Exclusively Fortran when it comes to this. So how you know Worky? How you know print the entire of Hello World? Wait, but it's got to do with... Well, when I do it like this, it will compile, right? Yeah, and then I run... H. 10. No compile. C. No compile. Print double. No compile. Fun. What if it's no compile? God damn it. Okay. Let's go to the Fortran docs then. Print hello, or print Fortran doc. Oracle Fortran 77. Cornell, that makes sense. official Fortran website. Fortran's intrinsics. Fortran 95 features. Accessing external system information. Okay. Print. Documentation. Print Fortran. Let's see. This is good docs. I know Intel has good docs. Character 16. Name. Job. Print. Java error 203 folded frames. Wait, what is this? Print, and then you do comma all. Wait, it said A11. Missing leading left parentheses in format. Okay. Let's see. Format. Oh! This is interesting. Oh, wow. This is pretty interesting, guys. Oh, it compiled! Bro, that's how long it took me to compile. What? What? It took me so long to get the compile down. Not because I'm using GNOME. Not because it's Fortran. I don't use GNOME. I use Arch, by the way. Got him. Oh. Cringe baiting right now. Syntax error. Print statement at 1. Really? What if I do write? Sudo write that shit, bro. Printf A11. Put C. I think that. How easy is it? Where is A10? Let's see. Print A10. What? Whoa. Why? Why no worko? Please worky. I beggeth you.
AI, I'm sorry to do this.
Oh, wait, what? Print 100 value? What if I have to print 11? Yeah, I figured. Compiles to identical assembly. Wait, what? Oh. In modern compilers. Maybe print is outdated? I don't know. Bro, there is not much docs on Fortran, bro. Please somebody give me Fortran docs. I will beg for like next 10,000 years for this. A11. Let's see. Shovdicate. It's our last option. Introduced in 2008, this construct allows you to define the local scope for variables and use statements, limiting their... I'm sorry, my brain cells just got vaporized instantly. What? Length equals... Is that just a dynamic or fucking what the fuck is an asterisk? Oh my brain. Who would have thought printing a variable as that would be a bad idea? Let's just say fuck that shit. I'm not printing variables no more. X former variable printer here. No longer printing variables. We'll just rename this to... I'll keep it... Actually, I gotta end today's episode here. I'll do some more learning on my own, probably. But I didn't even learn much today. I just tried to write out an entire array from a module. I mean, I guess I did practice using block and ends, so that's good. It'll help build memory of how to do that. Implicit none, that's good. Learn to remember to do that in the future. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Gonna end today's stream here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.